What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. I'm Davo from FlowRise Media. Today, I want to share my thoughts on the concept of time and respecting it. But before we get into that, I just want to say, if you enjoy this video or gain any kind of value from it, please like, share, and subscribe. And even if you didn't, thanks for stopping by anyways. Now, let's get into today's topic, time. The first thing I'd like to talk about and share with regards to time is the fact that we all know we can't get more time. Whenever it's gone, it's gone. And the older you get, the louder that truth gets. I saw an interview, I think it was a couple of months back, of Marlon Wayans. He's 52 or in his 50s. I'm 49, and what he said really resonated with me. He said something to the tune of, at his present age, he more than likely has less years ahead of him than he has behind him. So because of that, he's living his life with more intention or something to the tune. But that statement alone hit me like a ton of bricks and changed how I viewed my relationship with time. We all think we have so much of it, but we don't really know. And when you hit midlife, you really realize that you have to start moving differently and ultimately change your relationship with time. When I decided to take my relationship with time more seriously, everything shifted. I stopped treating the hours in my day like they were infinite. I realized how I use my time ultimately reflects how much I respect my life. So I started with the one thing that influences everything else, and that was my body. Number one specifically, my fitness. Taking my fitness seriously wasn't just about health. It was about mastering time through strength, routine, and consistency. Because if my energy is off, my focus, my discipline, my purpose, they're all going to suffer. My fitness regimen is broken down into 3 musts. 1, I strength train, and that usually involves bodyweight exercises and lifting weights at the gym occasionally. At my age, it's wise to focus on actually getting and being stronger, as opposed to just looking strong. Having a visible six-pack is great, but having a bulletproof core is and should be the ultimate goal. Secondly, cardio. At the beginning of the year, I took up running and absolutely love it. I've run 2 different 5K races already this year and topped my time with both efforts. That's usually my go-to form of cardio. Apart from physical benefits of running, it also helps me to de-stress, especially on the days that my mind tries to tell me, oh, we're too tired and I'm feeling reluctant or lazy. Once I ignore all that and lace up my shoes, hit the trail or road, I always feel great at the end of the day. It gives me a chance to be out in nature, get some sunshine, and definitely builds my endurance. Lastly, mobility and stretching. Apart from stretching before and after every run, I also try to get in a hot yoga session at least once a week. That gives me great relief and helps immensely with my recovery. Okay. You're gonna give me a minute here. I just went for a run. I've had to do the other half of this video outside. So, the second thing I want to discuss or, kind of shed light on is when you get to my age, and like I said earlier, I'm 49, pretty much if you're 40 and above, you really need to adjust your relationship with things and stuff. Actually, I think anyone, even below 40, we really need to give it a thought. We have a very, very unhealthy relationship with stuff. We always want the latest gadgets. We want the more clothes, more shoes, cars, the bigger house. When is it really enough? A lot of this stuff really doesn't make any sense. The depreciating assets. I know that sounds kind of cliche, but it really is the truth. How many pairs of jeans do you need? How many cars are you going to have before you realize as soon as you buy this one, somewhere down the line, sometimes nowadays, 6 months, a newer one's going to come out. And then what are you going to do? Get that one as well? There has to be an enough point. There has to be a point where you say, you know what? I don't need anything else. I just need to enjoy what I have and focus on what's really important in life. I'll tell you a story. Um, a couple of months ago, a really unfortunate incident happened to me, and I lost a lot of my things, pretty much everything. And when I say pretty much everything, I mean shoes, clothes, gadgets, the whole nine. Initially, the first couple of days after, it felt like someone had handed me a death sentence. I was miserable. It was horrible. I was like, wow, where do I start from? But as time went on, I started to look at the facts. Okay, a lot of those things, especially the clothes. Let me hammer on the clothes for a minute, especially the clothes. The truth is, I actually just used to really rotate a certain part of my wardrobe. And then the other part was just sitting there for someday. I had stuff that I hadn't worn in years. The truth is, I had no business just hanging on to all that. And it wouldn't have stopped me from getting more. But when that incident happened and I didn't have all my things, I realized, okay, yeah, I really do need to adjust how I feel about getting things and buying stuff and holding things more important than they are. And I'll tell you a story. Where it really gets interesting is I got on a bus not too long after that, and I was sitting there, and this homeless guy, he got to the bus stop, and we had to wait for a good 1 or 2 minutes for him to get all his things on. And I was looking at him, and he was guarding that stuff like, somebody was about to jump out and grab whatever it was he had in the backpack that he was holding, and then he had a trolley and all that. But then it hit me, and I was like, even in that dire situation, the need to acquire didn't leave him. He still was holding on to things like that's what really mattered. Regardless of the fact that the more things you carry in that situation, the more stressful your life's going to be. And I know I use that as an example, but that's the way we are as well. You buy more cars, it means you have to maintain more. You have more clothes, it means you have to worry about storage space. You have to, it's just a whole mess. Getting to midlife really has changed how I view things. I'm really just focused on what's really important now. It's more experiences. It's more, I've recently started the YouTube channel. It's a new endeavor for me, but it's something I've always wanted to do. And that's why if you hear me talk, I'm trying to keep it as organic as possible. I'm not trying to, work off scripts. Yes, I do write some stuff down to help me remember what it is I want to talk about. But for the most part, this is going to be how I'm going to be relating to the camera and just, speaking off the dome and speaking from the heart, make it as organic as possible. My advice, especially to people my age, I'm 49. So I haven't got more than what? I don't want to even put a number on it. Let me not do that. But you get the picture. The time I have left on this earth is going to be spent doing stuff that really matters, helping as many people as I can not make some of the mistakes I made, and just really focusing on the really important things. Clothes, shoes, houses, bags, whatever. Bags. I'm not buying no bags. Clothes, shoes, cars, whatever. Just have an enough point. Yeah, that's my advice. I'm not an expert or a guru in any of this. I'm just a regular guy trying to share his personal experiences and hopefully helps some people out there. And even if it doesn't help you, like I always say, thanks for watching.
All right, got to get my butt to the house. All right, see you on the next one.